84% of you guys are subscribed, so subscribe now. Arcane Odyssey is a great game, but I would say it would be a 10 out of 10 game if it wasn't for the main problem with Arcane Odyssey, which is combat. Now, if you don't know what Arcane Odyssey is, or if you haven't heard, this is this gigantic game made by VTEX Games, a creator who made World of Magic and Arcane Lineage, two very big Roblox games, both dating back to early Roblox, World of Magic being more recent and Arcane Lineage being something most people have played if you've been in Roblox for a while, unless you're like 12 years old and you're super young and they're like you're a kid. So the point is, this guy is the creator of Arcane Odyssey, is a legacy user, and what I mean by that is like he's a original, like he's super old in terms of like how long he's been on Roblox and made the games. You know, Arcane Lineage was a gigantic game back in the day. I think most people played it. World of Magic was also gigantic, but it had problems, so it got cancelled. I think it got cancelled. And this right here, Arcane Odyssey, is like the revitalization of both of those combined. Now the game will be a 10 out of 10. I feel like everything about the game is super interesting, from the questing, the cutscenes, the systems like the ships and the what is it called, the cargo system. The bosses are cool, but the main issue is the outdated combat. If you have played Arcane Odyssey or any older like any games by he has the jump and like cast spells combat, which has to be the most old 212 ass combat. That's the combat you got 2014, 2015, around that like area of time. That's the combat enemy games had, where you jumped up, you spammed the skill, and you were stuck there. Like, that has to be the most old combat ever. I will say this game will be so much better, but the thing is, you cannot play this game without combat. And so everything else about the game, I will say, is perfect. The combat, though, is what like drops it for me. That's why I have a hard time getting into the game, because the combat is so old. You know, if you guys haven't played Arcane Lineage or World of Magic, you may think this combat is like new or something, and it's like unique. It's really not. It's super old. We've had this for multiple years. You know, fairy tale games back in my day, used to have this similar combat, which VTEX game, he made a fairy tale game back in the day too, where he had this like fairy tale something golden something, where the exact same combat, where you get a rune thing above in front of you and you threw, and it's basically just like a first-person shooter, like a third-person shooter, just ranged combat. Like, there's no like M1s, there's no fighting, there's no skill. You just spam these moves from a range, and whoever hits first wins the game. Like, whoever has the better aim, which is kind of old, and it has to change, definitely. But other than that, I feel like this game will be a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for just that one main issue, to be honest. But I don't want to go on too long, you know, complaining about this, because it will take a long time to edit this video, and I don't have that time. So that's all. I'll end off. Tell me in the comments what you think, and peace out.